Hello, welcome to Z Explains BG. I am Z. We're playing Yagaub in a 7-point match on backgammonhub.com, and we'll see how it goes. Oop, that's good to my opponents. Some people hit twice here with the 5-1, but because you don't want to strip your midpoint. Sorry, strip your 8 point. The computer prefers the other one. Just playing 13 to 7. 6-5 you hit twice because you're not stripping your 8 point to do it. I see people still get that wrong. It comes up all the time, so I'm a little surprised people haven't, just sort of memorized it. Yeah, double is a little light maybe. Just because I have my 7 point and no other blocks in my outfield, so it doesn't look like he has all that much. Although I think he did probably lose his market there, but it's not 100% clear, right? Because if he doesn't make his 5, I'm still sort of have something resembling a takeable position. Okay, fine, he's lost his market. But it took like a really good sequence for him to get there, So that should have been an indication that it wasn't a double in the first place. And I get back with it. I get back into it with a 5-5. Make the 1 maybe. I don't love coming out to the 15 because I'm down in the race. This is not really a plausible blitz, but it could happen. And he's got the blot on his 7, so hitting does have a lot going for it. Yeah, could happen. Could happen. Alright, I don't know if I have anything. Since he anchored and there's like this open point in front of his anchor, it seems a little tough. On the other hand, his position's like really bad. Right, he's got the blot on the ace. If I hit Dan, should be a market loser, and I'm winning like pretty much no matter what I roll. So let's set it over and see what happens. I suspect it's a pretty easy take. All right, I like getting this other builder for the 3 for sure. I mean, there might be something else here, but I like this. Well, I'm thinking the redouble's okay. Scored. Wondering what should. I'm wondering about the score effect, but didn't seem like a big deal. Like I can still benefit from a double gammon. Okay. 52. Assume he's just playing inside. Oh no, okay, no, this is better actually. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think keeps the home field in better shape, and it's only a single shot out there. Well, a little more diverse inside. Yeah, I don't love this stripped 3 point if I don't do this. Let's see if he does it again. That's hit me more next turn if he does this. He's gonna lose some more gammons though. Well, 4 anyways. It's only one shot if I play 7 to 1. 1 blot. Okay. Alright, let's see. I don't want to screw up the spares in the home board, so I'm going to do this. I think everything is safe here. 6-5 works, 6-6 works. All right, so safest is to clear the 6. Could win a gammon here though, kind of a big gammon. So I'm thinking about ripping 2 checkers actually. His board isn't perfect. Yeah, so if it's just double match point, obviously I clear the 6. I do like getting the 3rd guy off the ace, I might get into trouble. Okay, the 3 is this. Yeah, again, I don't like having too many guys on the ace here. to myself. Well, once again, this is best for the gammon. Okay, getting away with murder here. Yeah, we should run. Maybe even just go all for the gammon, say 23 to 17, 8 to 6. Gammon could be pretty close here. It's part of the reason why I'm playing very aggressively. Okay. This is all I got. He misses again. Ah! Alright, I'm going to say my take point on the recube I think is 24. If I remember right, which is I think what I win from, 4-0, for down 4-0. I might not have that exactly right, but it's at least close. I was thinking about going back and relearning some of these match equities with the new XG stuff. Like the stuff I know I've like memorized like 20 years ago. And some of it's out of date, like XG disagrees with it by 1% or 2 here and there. So I was thinking about maybe going back and doing that again. Also, maybe memorizing the 3-away scores too. Like a good strategy to learn the match equity table is memorize like the 1-away Crawford and the 2-away scores. In other words, the first 2 lines of the match equity table, and then learn Neil's numbers for the rest of it. But Neil's numbers is based off like the old match equity table that's off from the new stuff also. And so I was thinking about maybe just like spending some time memorizing stuff. So I don't have to, so I don't have to guess, and I don't have to use like the old numbers. I think it might be worth it. All right, so I'm up 4-0 after a little bit of question there whether I was going to win that. I mean, this is not a cube at the score. It's up on the bar, so I'm going to do this. It's definitely not a cube at the score, regardless of how he plays it. So wins so much and is very gammonish. Okay. I guess, it's sort of very important to fill in the 4 or the 7. Actually, I could do this maybe. Better builder for the 7. He's not too keen to give up an anchor to hit me, although maybe he does it with certain stuff. 6-4, for instance. 10 points. 10 points got decent value. He can do whatever. He should make a good point somewhere. Yes, this is fine. So it does sort of diversify my numbers a bit, because 3, actually 6-3 is duped. Alright, so I don't love sending another guy back here, but does keep him from forming offense, Oh, hey SJS, good to see you. Got a little 1-2 back game forming here, or 2-4. He should probably upgrade 2-4. Would be easier to time. See if he upgrades it. No, he likes the 1-2. Yeah, if I can make my 7, he's kind of in trouble. I don't think this is going to be easy to time. He still wins a fair amount, though. So it does seem weird to double at the score. All right, I got one more. I'm wondering if there's no aces that hit me here. Because he hits me, I enter escape. It's going to really screw up his timing. He does have some counter prime stuff, though. Yeah. I'm going to assume he'll get it right. Yeah, yes, he'd have to forego like stepping up with the ace like that. He does get to time this. Yeah, I can go forward here now if he hits me with a 6. I'm just going to play it simply. I guess I could consider clearing the 7, but I don't think you're supposed to do that against the 1-2 game. I do kind of like the fact that my 5s and both my 5s and 6s are killed here. Yeah, I mean the 4, let's see. Yeah, the 4-4 certainly had to clear one of them. And it didn't look right. Sometimes it's right to leave the back of the prime slotted. It didn't look right there. Because his home front was too good. So I did a decent job to time this thing. Well, not anymore. So even with me hitting the fifth checker, he still crunched hard. But it's kind of why I thought he should have upgraded to like the 2-4 game. Oh, the 2-2. Yeah, we can take a look at that. I don't quite remember the decision. All right, I'm probably going to be too good here, I guess. He still wins a fair amount, though. Huh, yeah, I don't know what's going on here. It just seems like a weird score to double at when super gammonish like this. Alright, so I'm just going to mindlessly play on, and afterwards they'll see if the computer thinks I ever should double this. Alright, so I assume this saves a bunch of shots. 12, 13, 14, 16 shots versus 20. Good. It's always tough to find a score. It's to find a double at this score in like gammonish positions. But sometimes it's just like it's sort of in the sweet spot, you know? Alright, I think this is wrong. Because you roll like just a normal number like 6-5, and then you're left with a very shoddy position. And you're not taking a checker off. Not that this is that much, not that this is safe, but I think it is safer. I think. Long term, I mean. Alright, that should help. Still got decent gammon chances. Oh, nice. Ooh. I could backgammon him. But I could lose this also if I roll an ace. Backgammon him. There we go. That was easy. Alright. Okay, I played nearly perfectly apparently. Alright, so let's take a look. Let's go to XG mode. All right, I did screw up something. Yeah, zero. Nice to play 0. Although the XG came up, so XG disagrees with GNU somewhere. Right. Splitting is good. Yeah, the double was all somewhat early. Yeah, like we saw what happened. Like he makes a good point. Like decent roll, right? And then I dance, which is horrible. And then like, I don't know. It's not some huge pass, maybe. You know. In fact, it looks like the computer wants to take it by quite a bit. So instead of like thinking, like I would find this no double because I'd be like, well, I'm winning. But it's pretty hard to lose the market here. Clearly lose the market here, right? Because of this nice, nice asset I have, my 7 points. So I'm usually not. I'm often thinking in terms of like whether something is a take or not when deciding whether to double. Like here, this seems like a slam dunk take for black because I'm not losing. It's just not that threatening a position. And even like when he makes a point in knight dams, you could argue that's going to often be a take or close. So that's sort of how I find the no double here pretty easily. I mean, even if I'm like not totally sure, like if this is a take or a pass, I know it's not. I know I still win. I know I still win a fair amount. So you could argue, it's arguable at least. Well, this great 5-5. Okay, so yeah, I wasn't totally sure about this. I mean, obviously this is pretty clean looking. I don't like it because I'm down in the race though, and this has some nice tactical considerations to it, right? Like he has this blot on this 7. He's looking to sort of like clean that up and put his position together. So, well, it's not a great use of these checkers to make the ace. Tactically, it makes sense, even though positionally it kind of doesn't. Yeah, just the threats just seem kind of weak there, Like you can probably picture a sequence, a big double followed by a dance that gives me a big pass, but those aren't like reasonable sequences to hope for. And as is, it seemed pretty far from a pass, right? Like if it was already kind of close to a pass and it wasn't very volatile, then you can justify cubing. You can justify cubing without like obvious threats if it's like already a little unclear whether it's a take or pass. But to me, this just seemed like a slam dunk take. Anyways, I do this 5-5 play. It does work because I'm crushing now, and then I double a little early. Maybe. Might roll out to be a little stronger. Who knows? But yeah, I knew the take was still pretty easy here because, I mean, at worst he has a deuce point game, and it's a little problematic with the 3-point open. A little problematic for me to bring this home. So yeah, it's close on the double, no double. It's probably similar for money. All right, we're doing roll this decent 2-2. Computer wants to do this for disengagement purposes. I like this to get another builder for the 3, but it does make it a little tougher for me because he's got more hits and 18 point might be hard to clear, but everything's pretty close apparently. Yeah, still mostly I'm thinking about building 3 here. I do get to disengage. 4-3, good. Nothing else, right? Good. Yeah, it makes a good play with the 5-2, or at least it's reasonable. Gets gammon a little more, but should win more because it makes it harder for me to clear these things, and it keeps the home front in better shape versus this. So it might be, his only goal is to hit me next turn. It's pretty clear. I think this is better than this. But of course, that's not his only goal. He doesn't want to be hit himself. So the computer thinks it's close. Nice 2-2. Okay, it doesn't mind paying the 4 shots here. I don't know. 2 blots, 4 shots. Just to avoid putting a guy on the ace. I guess this guy might be a little tough to get home to next turn. Shouldn't be a big deal though. I guess if he enters, it's a little bit of a problem. So because the computer wants to avoid putting the 3rd checker on the ace and get the guys sort of home free, yeah, it doesn't mind paying 4 shots instead of 1. Interesting. Oh, you like arrows on? Yeah, I don't know. I never like the arrows on too much. So like this thing, yeah. Actually, that probably does help. Like for me, saying like 14-10. Like I can kind of, my brain knows where the arrow is like automatically. But I think for like newer players watching this, this probably is a good suggestion to keep the arrows on. Well, we'll see how it goes. I might get annoyed with it. Yeah, actually, this is pretty helpful. Oh, one cute thing that I just noticed. Like I never use these arrows, so I didn't notice. Um, yeah, no, I get it. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a try. That's a good suggestion. One cute thing is, see the arrow color is black here. It's green here, and it's red here. That says, okay, this is not an error. This is an error. This is a blunder. It's kind of a cute feature. Okay, 2-1. Okay, so 4-2. Good. Okay, this is not trivial here. Okay, yeah, so here, yeah, here apparently there's a big difference in safety, which I guess I can buy. You know, clear the 6.0 blot numbers versus leave the 6 point a bunch of blot numbers. Strip 3 points. Apparently, I mean, I kind of knew I was paying a lot of risk here. Apparently, this only wins an extra 2% gammon, which surprises me. I'm ripping 2 extra guys in a fairly close gammon race. And it says I only win 2% extra gammons. That surprises me. Like often a single checker can be worth like up to like 10% gammons or even more if like conditions are ideal. So it surprises me a little bit that I'm only picking up 2% gammons here by ripping 2 checkers. I mean, I guess the idea is like, okay, you don't win a gammon when you get hits, and like gonna have to waste a turn clearing the 6 point later anyways. I guess two checkers off though. So I'm paying like 3 or 4% extra wins for like 2% extra gammon, which is a bad trade-off. 3 back is back enough for the gammon. Yeah, so it says like I win 38% gammons here, like only 38. So that's normally like a percentage at which I would like rip quite aggressively, and which like I did here. Like if it's like 80% or like 10%, that's when the extra checkers off might not be worth enough. But when it's like, 40% to 60%, the extra checkers off should be worth a lot. But yeah, here there's such a difference in structure. Where like this structure is like really nice. Why do the arrows go away? Oh, I see. You can only have final, or it doesn't keep the arrows on when you do when you click on final. Yeah. Yeah, this structure is just so much better. Okay. He rolls a nice saving 6-6. So what do I do? Okay, 4-3. Oh, again, it wants to stack the ace point. Yeah, so the computer's choice is this. Stacking 4 guys on the ace, not ripping a checker, but getting even on the top 2 points. Right, so 6-6, 5-5, for instance, are safe. 6-4 is still okay. It's just a single shot. What does my plate do? Yeah, 6-6, 5-5. I think there might be some weird 5s also. 5-4 is kind of bad. Just a single shot though. Yeah. One problem with leaving like a spare like this on the 5 and having a strict 4 and 3 points. I mean, it may only be like 2 extra blot numbers right away, although I suspect there's a little more here. So 6-6, 5-5. Oh, 4-4 is a shot, but 4-4 is a shot the other way too. Right after the computer's play. 6-4. All their 6s are okay. Let's see, 5-1, 5-2, 5-3, 5-4. Actually, 5s play okay, except for 5-4, 5-5, 4-3, 4-4-2. That's what it is. right? 4-2's a blot here. I knew there was something. I knew there was something with this structure. Yeah, that's hard to see. 4-2. I don't know how you see that without going through the numbers, you know. We probably don't have to go through the small ones, but yeah, isn't that funny? 4-2. How do you see 4-2 here? But what I was thinking was also if you're rolling 6-5 next turn, this is like a ton of blot numbers after a 6-5. This is not so much. This is a safer position after say 6-5. So I always think like the spare and the 5 and like the stripped lower points, that could be a problem. But it's pretty close because you get a checker off. Better for the gammon. Yes, so like here like like this quote unquote safe play that doesn't clear the 6. Right, and you see a fairly big difference in gammons just for one checker here, one checker difference. Like here it matters around 4% for one checker. The previous play mattered only 2% for 2 checkers. And I think the main difference is with the other play, you know, you clear the 6 now, you don't have to clear it later. You can just spare off aggressively. After my play, I gotta waste a roll clearing the 6 later, probably. Anyways, I do leave the 5-5, which would have been safe the other way. He misses. 5-4. Okay, he hits me, and then I enter right away. He hits me again. I'm feeling better now because I got 9 off, so I should be a pretty solid favorite. Cubeless favorite, anyways. Apparently it's close, cubeful. Okay, so this is the interesting game. This is the 1-2 backgammon game. I roll this great 4-6. We'll double this for money. It's probably pretty big double for money. Just due to the big edge. It's got nothing going on over here. But yeah, it's weird to double at the score up so much in the match where you're partially killing your gammons by doubling. Okay, interestingly, I think there's going to be a missed double this game. At least according to the computer. Oh no. I thought maybe there was one doubling error from before, but I guess not. Oh, darn it. That was at first it didn't like my redouble, but when I rolled it out, the error became smaller than 0.02. So it stopped counting it as an error in the statistics over here. That's what happened. Well, we'll see if we're ever close to a cube. Yeah, here. I mean, I may or may not double this for money, but yeah, definitely not at the score where he's got this decent backgammon formation. So he's going to win a ton, and a lot of my wins are gammons. So what I mean when I say I'm partially killing my gammons by doubling is I need 3 points to win the match. A doubled gammon will be worth 4 points, so I'm kind of wasting a point there. It's called overage. So it's sort of a reason not to double at this score. And especially because he can redouble me at any time and kill my gammon. So gammons are even like less likely to come in and be valuable. Yeah, he can do whatever here. Okay, does like making the 10, although it doesn't mind other stuff too much. His play is fine. Okay, wants to hit and escape, which was my first impulse. But I like 13 to 8 a little bit because I can now make the 4 point without giving up my 8 point, which is a pretty valuable point. Same with making the 7. Let's try these arrows again. Okay, 3-1. Okay, 5-3 I run. 4-3 it wants to upgrade. Because the 1-2 game is going to be a little difficult to time. The further up your anchors when playing a backgammon, the earlier you generate shots. So if the timing is like even a little questionable, like he might be forced to crunch his board before like I have to break down my structure, like what happened in the game, the more you sort of prefer the higher up anchors. Also with the 1-2 game, if I fill in my 4 points, I can pretty easily kill my 5s and 6s later. And that'll slow me down even more, making it even harder to time. Yeah, exactly. Now, if you have all the time in the world, 1-2 game is you probably want the 1-2 game. I kind of don't like the 2-4 game compared to like other deep anchor games. Yeah, 100 pips, right? Yeah, we see here he's got 80. I mean, before the roll, he's got 80, and it's still kind of not enough by a long shot. Okay, I roll this great 6-4. Okay, again, I might cube this for money, but yeah, the score would be pretty bad. Okay, I get a great 6-1. 2-2. Yeah, I should have put him to the test here, I guess. I mean, you can do this and hope he hits incorrectly with aces. I was thinking maybe with certain aces he can hit and like try to build up a counter prime, but that's gonna screw up his timing so bad. Maybe the computer just never hits here. Yeah, that is what happened this game. He rolled a 4-4. It was like kind of looking okay for him, and then he rolled a 4-4 and just collapsed. But anyways, I do the normal thing of not leaving him a shot. The computer actually doesn't mind it on appeal. Right, like for instance, say I roll like a 4-2 here. Not a great number, but I just stack the 7. I no longer have to play my 6s. Right, they're completely killed. So that'll slow me down tremendously. Now I rolled kind of a bad number, 4-4. Yeah, all I can do is clear and play safe. Oh, the 2-2. Yeah, okay. So the 2-2. Yeah, Salsa guy suggested that maybe it's okay to start clearing the 7 and 8 here, which I actually did not consider, but maybe for good reason I didn't consider it. Yeah, the thing is, white can still crack. Even though his timing looks kind of okay at this point, I really want to keep this guy. I really kind of want to keep this fifth guy constrained. So yeah, I guess you do not want to do. You don't even want to give up your 8 point here, I guess. If you had all the time in the world, maybe you can consider it. Yeah, 4-4 is pretty bad. Yeah, so I do this. So I cleared my 8 points. Got no other checkers in the outfield. Now I don't have any 5s or 6s. So that's going to slow me down tremendously. Right, I only have to play my 3 here. So I get to keep the 5 prime longer, hoping he doesn't roll a 6. He doesn't. He kind of cracks a little with 3-3. Still kind of looking okay if he can get that 5th guy out. Yeah, that's always miles away from a cube. 5-5, yeah, pretty bad number for him because it screws up his timing. Still doesn't want a cube. Okay, a 4-4 crunches horribly. And then it's just too good pass. Good. Yeah, it would get interesting, I guess, if I leave a shot and get hit. Like, it's not clear what the cube action would be there. Just out of curiosity. Say I roll 6-4, and he rolls, I don't know, a decent hit number, 6-5. What 4-0? What's the cube action here? I don't know. Any guesses? So is it still too good? Is it not good enough? Too good take? Let's see, how often does white win? It's pretty tough to win this, but not impossible. All right, I'm going to evaluate. Yeah, it's still pretty much too good. Yeah, he's only winning 18, and the gammon still hurt him somewhat. So it's still some huge take. Fine. If you had a 5-point board, if you had a 5-point board, I guess that would be different. Yeah, then it wouldn't be good enough, I guess. Or maybe you can squeeze in a cube. What are we looking at? Okay, like this position. 6, 4, 6, 5, like this. I know it's still, no, I gotta put me up on the roof, of course. And that was way not good enough. But it wouldn't be bad to cube this for money, I guess. Because you get full value from your gammons. Yeah, so probably initial double, but not a redouble for money. Okay, I just wanted to get some data points of this score, this 4-0 score. Okay, nice 3-2 clearing. 5-3. I minimize by hitting. I think it was like 4 extra shots if you don't hit. So that doesn't seem like too many. If it was just like 1 or 2, maybe you can justify ripping 2. It's also a little safer down the line. Like this is my play. Like I roll 6-5 here, I don't get to play safely. On the other hand, I don't get to fill in the 2-point here very much. So actually, if you know you're getting away with it, maybe actually prefer this one because you get to fill in the 2-point. Of course, you do want the checker off. Yeah, it'd be pretty cowardly to cash this one in. 3-2. Okay, yeah, big difference here. I believe I've made this error before, where there's some temptation to strip down the top point because you get to clear that point next turn and not worry about it. But I believe I've seen this structure before. Well, one you want the checker off. You want this position because it has an extra checker off and it wins more gammons. You might think this is like a little safer long term, but I don't think it is. Because like when you do clear the 4-point a lot with a 6-5 or a 6-2, you're left with like an extremely shoddy position with just like 3 guys here and 4 or 5 guys here, where everything but deuces or sets leave a shot. Deuces or doubles leave a shot, you know. And in fact, if you got 5 guys on the 2, then 2-2 will leave a shot also. So I think that's a big part of the reason why you should prefer this structure to this structure, at least when gammons count. And I think that's true even when white has a very strong board. So I made that mistake once, and I kind of always look for that structure now. And it does come up once. It does come up once in a while because it just looks so like. Oftentimes you don't want to strip the top points. But yeah, you got to watch out for it when you have 3 guys on the two guys on the 4, 3 guys on the 3. And I believe that's pretty robust. In that like the same play is right here. Yeah, even more so. In fact, this play wins more now. Clearly more. Oh, hey big bug. So it's called backgammon. Sort of out of scope here to teach you how to play, but if you search for how to play backgammon, BACKGAMMON online, you'll find it. basically white, you know, is white. One player's playing the white checkers. I'm playing the black checkers. The white checkers go around the board like this. I'm sorry, like this. Like make this U shape. The black checkers go around the board like this, and they kind of clash. And if you have two or more checkers on a point, you own that point, and the other guy can't go there. And the goal is to take the first goal is to get all your checkers into this quadrant for me and this quadrant for him. And then you can start bearing the checkers off. And first guy who bears off all his checkers wins. So I'm doing pretty well here. I've gotten all my checkers into this good quadrant. And so once you do that, you can start taking them off the board. Anyways, in fact, yeah, we can go through. If you watch, like, you can see the game. Like my checkers are kind of coming around towards my home board. His checkers are going the other way, towards his home board. Anyways, that is the very, very basics. So 5-1, 3-2, 5-3, right? And then the 3-2 is the play we just talked about. Decent 1-1, clearing the point. 5-4, 6-2 is an excellent roll. 3-1, and then I backgammon him for the match. All right, well, that was interesting. Maybe we'll play one more, so you see if we can get an opponent. Boujamot. Sound looks French, but I don't think it is. He's a different flag. All right, says he's ready, but he's not. Yanni Yazdi. All right, good. All right, this is a 5-point match. Oh, I should say hi to my opponent as is tradition. Ugh, gross. Yeah, I should definitely make the 7 there, which was his first impulse. Should make his 21. Shouldn't take up too much time. Yeah, he's sort of he's probably going to hit me here too. He's not valuing he's not valuing made assets enough. You know, he's playing a little loosey goosey when he should just be locking up good points, like so. See if he should make he's making the 7 this time. Good. I don't know what to do though. Well, I could play completely safely. Distribution's all messed up. Is that any better? I don't know. 13-4. 8-3, 8-4. All right, I am going to play optimistically. And I'm not sure about this though. Like I was thinking, okay, he's got to give up his anchor to hit here, which I guess he should do, but it's not clear. I mean, 24-20, 6-5's a play. And you know, he chooses not to hit, or he doesn't, or I get missed. I get to build good points. Admittedly, the play's pretty questionable. I'm probably wrong. Maybe I should just leave a single shot there. I was going to play 10-6, 8-5, but 8-3, but I don't like the distribution at all. So I don't know. Is the computer just going to like playing super stodgy and safe? this isn't great. It's a million shots. Oh, the fives are duplicated. Could enter on the 24 and play 21 to 17. That's an interesting play. Huh. Yeah, not getting attacked much. Hmm. Okay, so he entered with the 4, I guess. No, he didn't. What did he do with the 4? Or maybe he made the. Or he upgraded the anchor with the 4, and he's thinking about his 5. Um, hmm. Yeah, I made his. I made his 8-point, which is going to be a thorn in his side the rest of the game. It's kind of fun. I mean, you almost never, you very rarely get to make this point because the other guy is born with it. Maybe he's born with it. Maybe it's an 8-point. Okay, here I would probably just safety up the guy in the outfield. Although there might things because he already has 4 checkers back. There's probably other stuff that's not a big error. I think this is sort of okay. Do have a bunch of numbers to bat him around pretty effectively, though. It is going to be kind of confusing, though. I can't really hit him twice. Okay. I can come in and hit in the outfield, which he should. Okay, now maybe it's time to stop the madness. Well, I guess I could hit him off the 4. Yeah, I don't love giving up one of these points to hit, and I don't love sending a 6 guy back. So let's try this. Could work. Doesn't work. Hey, seems fine. Seems okay. I don't know, same deal maybe. Now's a little safer. Love to make this point. Good. Love to make this point. I don't know what 8 to 4. I mean, I kind of want to keep this guy alive and make it the 7. I can try this. Okay, now do I hit? Yeah, once again, I don't love sending another guy back. Oh yeah, actually I don't know about that too. Backgammon time, yeah. Yeah, backgammon's a variant where people start with 4 checkers back instead of 2. Okay, he does get to hit with this from the back, which he should. Yeah, actually, I'm not sure about my 2 last turn. Maybe I should just play to the 20 point. Ugh. Well, okay. Yeah, 2 was probably wrong. Our cube is still in the middle. Shouldn't forget about the cube. So he must have did he put his 8 point together with the 5 and he's thinking about the 1? Yeah, I don't think I'd leave a million shots in the outfield here. I wouldn't give up the second anchor either. So by process of elimination, I'd play 14 to 13. Yeah, and I think the 8 point has a ton of value. So I do agree with the 5. So I guess just 14 to 8 is the whole play. Okay, leaves a million shots in the outfield, and then it sort of works. Oh, he's going to leave a slot and try to make that point. It's not a terrible idea, although the 2 doesn't play great if he leaves that there. I was thinking like it's okay idea because like getting hit's not a huge deal for him, and if he can make that point, that's a major coup. But the fact that the 2 is sort of destructive in the outfield makes me think maybe a 9 to 7 is pretty reasonable too. Yeah, it looks like he might have. Man, this is only game 1, and he's down to a minute 30. Okay. Seems more important to get a guy ready to spring here than to make the second anchor. I have races pretty close. It's not like I'm trying to play a back game here. Just trying to remain fluid. Some people say like you should, if you need, it's like game 1, right? Well, now maybe this is okay. Some people say you should just take as much time as you need. To figure out a play, not worry about your time until it becomes a problem late in the match. I've heard that theory, but I don't think it really can be right. I mean, it matters some, right? Even if he is playing a little better because he's taking his time, he's gonna have trouble later. I mean, chess players are very cognizant of this fact, right? But I think it less so, but I think it applies in backgammon also. Alrighty, am I just making the 2? Or maybe hit loose on the 2 and jump? If I make the 2, I could start cracking with awkward numbers. Hit twice plays also. All right, I'm going to try this. I'm not too sure about it. Good shot. Oh, I stacked the 20. Maybe that's the best I can do. I mean, I guess the other play is this. These guys are more stuck and they get attacked some. A little worried about rolling smaller than, like 2 numbers smaller than a 4 next turn though. It's not too bad a lot of the time. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, maybe this is better. I mean, if he has to give up his 8 point to attack me, that doesn't seem so bad. For me, I mean. All right, he gets a good attack number without giving up the 8 points. Alrighty, I guess this now. This is going to cause him lots of problems. Again, not that I'm really playing a back game, but I guess these guys don't seem super stuck. For instance, I can jump with 6 with this guy back on the 22. there, I mean, putting three guys on the 20 there, I'm not sure that's wrong. Yeah, this looks a little suspicious. Like, I guess he's winning, but it doesn't seem like super duper clear. He's got like a real edge here. At least before he jumped. Or he might be thinking about his time a little bit. Shorten the match by doubling. Give me something. All right, I got 9s and 11s. I want this number. 24. All right, this probably doesn't put enough pressure on him. Timing looks a little fishy here. What if I run from here? I could win a race or two. Is there something where I don't move it in pairs? Not really. Oh, I guess there's this. Doesn't have a lot of hidden cover numbers. All right, I'm gonna try this. Like I did force a direct shot on this number, and I suspect there was a fair amount of this type of number. Like for instance, like a 2-1, for instance. Even 5-4. He hits me, which I guess he should. Well, I don't know, but I don't think I can cube a reasonable play here. Yeah, especially if he doesn't leave. Especially if he only leaves one blot. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I will try to gammon him. All right, 6-6 is safe. 6-6 is safe. Yeah, a fair amount of risk leaving just the checker on the 5. But I do have cube access, so if I get hit, sometimes I get to use the cube. All right, let's try it. That was admittedly a little questionable. All right, do I get to use the cube here? I don't know. Oh boy, I only got 5 off. I enter, he gets to attack me a lot. I don't enter, I'm losing. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, maybe I had a couple more guys off there or something. Crap. Should hit me. 16 seconds. See if he speeds up or not. Yeah, I think you're supposed to keep a strong board here. Good. 4-4. Maybe you rip 3. I don't know. Yeah, probably would have done that. Seems like he's got a D. It seems like he's not down in the race much anymore. So maybe he's just play simply there. All right, I think probably I have a cube now. So I have a clear race lead, and I might hit him. Okay, does take, possibly due to his time situation. See if he doubles me right back. No. Do I hit him with a 1-6 if he comes out to there? I don't know. Okay. Yeah. I'm expecting a much higher PR this match than the previous one. This one seemed quite tricky. It's only been one game. Seems like a good plan. Yeah, 6-5 or 24 to 23 would be okay there. They're both a little bit destructive, maybe. Like you want the spare on the 6, and maybe you want to be back on the 24 instead of the 23 since I have spares on my 8 point. Well, I assume that was right with the 5-3. Yeah. I don't know. I guess this structure, I'm going to kind of play it safe here. But he does get to turn it into a race, which I assume he should do. Good. Good. I'll take a. I'm not gonna go through it in very much detail, but we can take a quick look at the computer analysis. Got to do Alex business. So not to get too thin on the 4. So he does this so as not to get too thin on the 3. I think this is, yeah, this is good. Good. 4-3 is sort of standard, I think. Oh yeah, I'm not actually sure, but 4-3 doesn't bear a checker off here. I think everything bears at least one checker off here, including like 5-3. So it seems like a big deal to miss there. Stay with 3 checkers, be with 3 checkers instead of 2. Although actually this might have played worse. I don't know. Sets, okay, game goes on. Yeah, obviously you should cube that. Yeah, especially given the time situation, cube that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Or maybe not. I'll race them down in the race a little bit still. Or even this. I'm gonna try this. I don't know. There's several plays here. But because I'm down in the race and have the stronger board, and he has the blots. Just despite the score, I did sort of like staying back there. I said despite the score because I think if I stay back, I mean, it's a little hard to see how I'm going to get gammon, but I think it's possible. I don't know. I can't stomach anything else. It's probably not a great way to play backgammon. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I wonder about that. I wonder if I was right to play 6 to 4 there. Well, I still got a few blotters, a couple blotters. Ugh, this is not a blotter. Yeah, racing pretty bad if I ran there. I'm not getting gammoned here. That'd be fluky. Okay. It's probably not. It's only 6-4. That leaves a shot there, maybe. Okay, this seems fair. No win, no gammon. Well, no gammon. I don't know if this actually helps. You got an even number of checkers left, so playing 5 to 4, well, it's a little better on 4-4. It leaves me with an odd number of checkers left if I roll 4-4. Oh, I can win this. 2 ways to do it. A good play with the ace. Get double 2s. Should go double pass because I'm losing. Okay, seems okay at least. I would do this. Structure's much better. Alright, this seems to do a lot. We should make the 7s a play, but it leaves a shot in the outfield and forgoes stepping up or playing 13 to 11. So maybe my play is a little more going for it. Okay, I am up in the race. I will try to disengage. Okay. Well, this is pretty cowardly, but I think I'm going to do it. Yeah, he did speed up appropriately. It's 2 shots as opposed to 4 shots. This makes the important 7 point, but the other one clears the midpoint and makes decent structure in the outfield anyways. Huh. Yeah, maybe it's actually this. I mean, getting hit is so bad. He gets a slightly easier time escaping after my play, but maybe it's not a huge deal. Oh, I'm getting myself into trouble though. Oh, 5-3 is blocked. So 6-2, 4-4, 2-2, 6-4. Alrighty. So just 6-2. Just 6-4. God. Well, this might get a little tricky because he's got an if he hits me, he's got an okay counter prime chance. So I don't know whether it'd be right to like slot the 2 point with the 3-1 there, for instance. There'd be some question about it. All right, now what? Well, 20 pips. Could leave a shot down the line though. I don't know. There's no good hit loose play, so I guess it's one of those two plays. Shoot. What if I was better off the other way? Okay. I was expecting just to run there. Yeah, I'm curious about some of these decisions for sure. Alrighty. He did a good job not timing out there after spending so much time on game one, and then the game lasted the full 5 points basically. Let's see what GNU says. Oh no, I played okay. Played a 3. According to GNU. Let's see if XG agrees. Okay. Yeah, it actually had a similar PR. They definitely make the 21 here. 3-2. Okay, that's pretty standard. 5-4. Okay, 10-6-8-3. Yeah, I had that on the board. Okay, so you could play completely safely, which yeah, the computer doesn't mind on the plus eval. It's pretty hard to make progress here though with these ugly stacks and the strip midpoint. Maybe you're running a lot from the back though, so it's not so bad. If you roll like an awkward number, like a, I don't know, 6-3 or something, maybe you can start running from the back. But you know, you fix the distribution a little bit here, and he's got to give up an anchor to hit you. Similar stuff here, except there's more risk. Turns out it's all pretty close. Okay, it does hit me correctly. Well, yeah, make a funky 4-1 play. It's not too bad. All sorts of plays. Yeah, so simple and safe is fine. Coming in, probably getting hit somewhere. Not so bad. It's great when you get away with it. Not so bad when you get hit, because these are like on a 1 point board and you have an anchor. This is another plan. Gives up the back anchor, but makes the anchor on the 17 points. It's okay plan according to the computer. Okay, hit pop out. I hit. Okay, it doesn't want to hit here. I decided to keep both anchors, hit off the 4 points. It's pretty good when it works out. I do want to make the 4 points. A little unlikely to work, but again, getting hit's not a big deal. Computer likes something, doesn't mind the more normal looking plays too, though. Hitting on your opponent's side of the board, sending them back further. Yeah, similar stuff here, although now it very much wants to do this. Yeah, I guess there's just like, I mean, okay, so I'm giving up like kind of an outfield anchor, which provides some protection. But I'm not really in any danger here with only, with only 5 checkers here he can attack me with. I mean, obviously I'm getting hit in the outfield a lot, but it's like no big deal with my anchor and not a lot of white checkers in the zone. So I get both anchors sort of unnecessarily. The computer says, okay, just hits. Make some progress going forward. He already kind of has a back game if he wants one. Okay, so 4-4. So what did I do? I made the 9 and the 4. Yeah, what's wrong with that? Well, computer doesn't care about making the 9. It just wants to disengage more from the back. Huh. It's not tough to disengage though. The 9 is a good asset. Yeah, so I don't know about this one. Again, getting hit in the outfield is not a big deal. But he actually does get a decent hit here. Oh, it does want to hit here. Yeah, so to say, similar mistake to not hitting in the outfield before. I wasn't like too keen on giving them like another checker sent back. But I like the expression, the first rule of defending against the back game is to make sure your opponent plays one. So, in other words, like it's not often, a back game isn't often a great game plan because it's hard to time. So you shouldn't give your opponent extra forward going chances. I guess like I do here. Just to like maybe avoid giving him a slightly better chance of a good back game. Unless like he's already definitely playing a back game. I guess when he's definitely playing a back game, it doesn't have any forward going chances. Maybe that's when like you should be very averse to hitting. Here he's got all sorts of equity. If I do this, if I do my bad play, he's got all sorts of equity everywhere going forward. He still has his back game when things go badly. Yeah, so I was thinking about that all wrong. Anyways, I remain fluid in the backfield. Yeah, here it wants to remain fluid, but making the second anchor will cause him some issues. Okay, here it does the normal thing. I screw around a little bit, so in case I roll like double 3s next turn or whatever. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure I considered this, but I should have. Make that outfield asset for making the 2 point. In fact, it looks better to me now. Okay, good. Here it's close. Yeah, I wasn't sure about this. Yeah, this is great. It's good. Every guy's ready to spring, but if you roll 2 numbers lower than a 4, you have to start compromising your front position. So I did this, which has its own downsides. I'm getting attacked down there. Okay, so right to play. Oh no, it's wrong to play to the 20 point here. So this is more fluid. But if I do this, I can play with this checker and I can still jump from the 22. So it's fluid enough. So he did double, but yeah, that was early. I hang back, build my board. Oh, yeah, okay, I pop out here. Okay, so what does it want to do? Oh, it does want to do this. Yeah, this is the first thing I looked at. Really? I mean, I get that it probably hits them the most next turn versus like all the other plays. because I often get a double shot at him in the outfield. There's got like a lot of numbers that get by me. So I was thinking, it's just not enough immediate contact to justify giving up the long-term contact. Maybe the long-term contact just isn't that good. So I try something else. I try this. Some longer-term contact, some immediate contact if he rolls small, or a 5-4. I get really creamed on 5-5 though. Probably hits and makes a 5-point board. Yeah, it turns out I play second best. Or maybe not. No, I play second best. Yeah, first I looked at all the plays that kind of move the guys in pairs. You know, this and this. And it's easy to get into this mode where like you roll a double and usually you're moving stuff in pairs. You're moving your points in pairs of checkers like this. But yeah, you got to be cognizant of the fact that okay, no, there's these other plays where you break up the points. Anyways, I play on for the gammon. Play a little risky here, a little bit. Computer likes it for the gammons. Okay, yeah, same thing here. Best play to win is to clear the 6, but I like taking the checker off. Okay, I cannot cash before the roll. That'd be crazy. Okay, I leave a shot, and then okay, yeah, no, I am winning, but not by enough. Okay, good. I didn't miss anything here. Until I what happens? Oh yeah, he bore up 2 guys. It's pretty close. Yeah, I would have done this in a second. Just figure, okay, he's probably gonna dance, and then I'm doing great. I guess if you know he's entering, this isn't too bad. Okay, a bad take by the opponents, and then I just win. Yeah, I was a little tempted to hit here, but his board, it looks like his structure's too good. Like I'm down in the race a little bit. Oh, maybe it's evenish after playing safe. Yeah, I'm up 4 pips, but he's on roll, so it's kind of like even in that sense. So there's some temptation to hit here, but I just didn't like hitting against this awesome structure. And I'm not clearly down. If you're clearly down in the race, then you hit more there. Anyway, somehow I lose this. Yeah, fine. Double. Yeah, computer wants to kind of disengage from the back. Does get gammoned a little less. Fine. Reasonably, the computer wants to play safe here, where the race is close. I couldn't quite stomach it, so I did this, but yeah, the computer doesn't quite like it. I mean, he's only hitting with, I guess 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 4, 1, 6. Yeah, I guess he's pretty happy to hit with those numbers. And then I just lose. So I stay back here when I shouldn't, I guess. Because I do get hit with certain aces, and I'm going too deep in my board. Okay, good double, good pass. Good, don't make the 7 here, just disengage. Play safe here. Okay, make a cute play here, which saves a couple shots for arguably slightly worse blocking structure than this. Actually saves 3 shots. I thought it was only 2 at the time. Right, this is just 6-4, 2 out of 36. This is a 2-6, 3-5, 4-4, 5 out of 36. Yeah, I saw this. Fine. I mean, I make sort of the best point on the board for 2 shots. You can also do this for 2 shots. So the benefit here is the distribution is better, and the builders are more alive for making the 5-point here than they are alive for making the 3-point here. right? I have 4 builders for the 5, only have 3 builders for the 3, and worse distribution. On the other hand, this is the better point, makes the nice solid structure. Turns out it's pretty close, 6-4, good. Am I supposed to slot with a 3-1 here? That's what I was wondering about. Let me play around with this a little bit. But I need to fill in that 2 point. Right, so starting it, well, I have a 6 prime, so he hits me and he's still stuck. Seems like pretty good. Except he has a prime of his own, you know? So he could hit me and then I get stuck back there and forced to crunch my board. On the other hand, I'd have to answer right away, and I still have some checkers to play with, and he's usually missing. And it doesn't play great otherwise. So I guess I would play 6-2 here. Yeah, but it's fairly close. Like, okay, so compared to 4-2. 4-2 I guess is wrong to start the point because it plays better if you don't slot. It spreads out all the builders, and it's a little bigger, so your timing is worse after being hit. So now you don't know. Oh no, you still slot the 2 for some reason. Like I thought you would do this, just get awesome builders. But no, the computer still wants to do this. The idea is it's just really hard to get stuck. It's not so hard to get stuck here though, you know. So here slotting the 2 is very bad. Or even with a 3-1 you don't do it, I guess. Yeah, see the difference? Like he hits now, and he gets to keep his prime for a long time. So I guess if I guess you slot aggressively there, even when he has like a good prime, if the prime is like very far advanced. Alright, good to know. No, it's not gonna like the 5-5-5. This is hard to evaluate. I don't know. I mean, you know, it's a bunch of factors, right? Like I leave no shots right away, but there's shots down the line if he doesn't run with a 6. He's out with 6s. Including probably a 6-1. He just runs. Well, that's a little unclear. But let's see, he doesn't run, he might get pointed on. So compared to this, two immediate shots, pretty crushing shots. I guess maybe his 6s are stronger here. I mean, not even including the 6-2. But like if I know he's rolling a 6 that doesn't hit, I guess I do this position. I guess I like this better. Because like I'm more efficient now, and I have all my checkers in ready to bear off. Whereas I still got to bear in 3 guys here. If he doesn't roll a 6, they're both kind of good, I guess. Like here he's stuck up on the bar, here he's stuck back there, he might get pointed on. Yeah, I don't know. It's a little tight. I'm sure I made similar errors before. Because sometimes switching is going to be right in similar situations. It's just you just got to weigh the factors correctly. Okay, I should run there, and then I win the race. All right. Well, yeah. Thanks for watching. Yeah, this was fun. Yeah, thanks for chatting earlier, guys. And yeah, hope you got something out of this, and I will see you next time.